And I was like, oh, do I dare?
Yes,
I
I just started recording because I think this is a conversation that probably Jennifer and Rachel will want to hear too. Um, and I think it's always good to be sensitive to what's going on in the world, but at the same time, I just, especially ever since the beginning of COVID, I have seen um, that when I can just, for me, like I was sharing slightly in the message thread, like I know that I need to protect myself um, from. I think it's good to be educated, but at the same time, I know that I need to protect myself, not only for my mental health and my emotional health, but also for my kids and now for my groups and everyone that's following me. Like I know that like it's not just about me anymore, right? And I think that's one of the best things about coaching is that it helps me prioritize not only my physical health but also my mental health, because I have seen other coaches that have really, especially because we do things on social media a lot, so it's really easy to start going down those rabbit holes of articles and watching things and doing all the things, and I've seen them um, really struggle, and then they start sharing things that cause other people to struggle, and and I just have seen it happen time and time again that like I get even more huh, like passionate about um what I'm about, which is just sharing hope and light no matter what it's like out there, because I know that that doesn't seem insensitive. People appreciate it. Because I know all of us in our hearts, and none of us are going to share something in a way that's not insensitive. And honestly, things that are not about what's going on in the world are often like a breath of fresh air in a newsfeed that everyone's saying the same thing. So that's what I'm going to say about and this actually kind of all rolls into like what I wanted to talk about tonight. And I really didn't um, like write in, to be honest, I didn't like write anything down, but I have been thinking about it throughout the day. Because I think this is something that needs to change, needs to shift and change as the world does, and as your personal goals do, as your maybe your family goals and everything, right? But I was thinking more tonight about like my vision for my team, and as silly as it sounds, like I feel really proud and happy with what we're already doing, and I just want to do more of it. From the bottom of my heart, I love the fact that like I already have all the coaches on my team. I feel have huge hearts and are in it for the right reasons, and do it in a way that is genuine to them, and they're not following scripts and doing it as any way than what feels natural and genuine to them. I think we're and that, like when I think about what I wanted for my team, it was like groups where you feel safe, and where things are positive, but at the same time we're honest. Like I just love so much that's going on, that I just want to be able to do more of it. I just want to share it with more people. I want to include more people. Um, and I could go, the more that I think about the vision of my team, I can't help but look through the people that have already been impacted and helped, especially because of COVID, and just giving people that safe, positive place. And to know that when they fall off, they can come back. I mean, I just had today another email from a woman that was actually, I just shared about Annie Cahoon's cancer. Kind of, she's coming out of it, and one of her best friends, I won't get into all the details, but she was a client and coach, a working coach of mine for a long time. Delana Sneed, if any of you guys remember her, she has such a heart. Her mom struggled with cancer at the same time as Annie, who was her best friend. So she's been through a lot, and she just reached out to me tonight. And in her words, she's ready to kick it in high gear. And it makes my heart so happy, because I know that it's not just her physical health, it's everything. Like it's her mental, it's her emotional health, and all that she's been through. And knowing that she has been off the grid for like 3 years, but she sees me and my team and our groups as a safe place to get after it again. And I just share that because like, that's what fuels me. It's not really a huge vision. It's literally individual people that I can see I've impacted, and that is what fuels me. So every message, every person that you guys even sign up, like it fuels me because I know that like what I do matters, and it's literally helping people. Not that any of us are perfect, but yeah. So anyways, that is why I don't like, maybe eventually I should get a vision that says that. But it really is less about a big fancy vision and more about the individual people that I have seen the impact, and knowing that if I keep going, there's going to be more of those people. And that's what I want to do. I just want to do more of it, and I want to help more people, just like I've already done. So anyways, that's the vision. And honestly, that's kind of the goal too. But I know that part of owning a business is getting more specific and intentional. And if you set big goals, you're more likely to hit them. I've been trained in all those things in my accounting days and all that, as well as in a lot of professional development or personal development. To just throw it out there. I don't know if I was really clear about last year, but we literally were like 5 points away from Premier. And we just needed to get to 2-star, and we would have been a Premier team, which is like second tier to elite, which is huge. And like I mentioned, like we were in the top 1,000 teams. And a part of me is like sitting back being like, questioning, can I do that again? Was it just luck? But I know that I know that if I did it before, I can do it again. And I see you guys and I'm like, they can do this. And I see so many of my customers that are coming now, and I see so much coach potential in them. I'm already having promising conversations. So like, just to throw it out there, honestly, my goal, if I had to put a word on it, would be elite, which seems crazy. But really, when I think about it, it's 5 stars, which Sally is already a star, diamond being a 5 stars, 5 diamonds. And Dan, I literally could pull the trigger anytime. So that would be another diamond. So I just need 3 more diamonds. And we clearly have the potential and the people I can already name Rachel, Abby, and Jennifer, who will likely all see this recording, and that would be it. So it's not like a huge jump and we have April too. How did I even forget about April? That's another one. So we literally have more than 5 people that are killing this business that absolutely have the potential in a year to hit it and hold it. Plus, I know that, who knows, like I think about last year when I started in January of last year, I think I had Sally in April. I don't think I had any more builders than that. And by the end of the year, there was how many more? Like if we keep going, I think it's possible. So I have to go for it, because setting a safe goal is never how I live. So I am going to put it out there. And part of that is like watching Sally and hearing her story. And I'm excited for her to share her goals and her visions, because like that also fuels me, like seeing her hit diamond and then have these dreams and goals and visions. Like if I could hit elite, that would be 4 plus Dan, or even more than that, people that have also hit diamond. Because I know when I hit diamond, that belief muscle really got built there, because I was like, whoa, okay, so I could do that. And then it was like a stepping stone to, okay, but now what else can I do? Like, it's like when you hit that, you think your mind is like free to go to that next place, and think, what else can I do with this? So that is my goal for next year. That's a lot of work too, because it's not just 5-star. In addition to that, it's finding, just to give you some insight, it's not just like helping 5 of my existing coaches get diamond and hold it at the same time. That's part of it, which is a feat. But another big part of elite is having on average 5 of your PS coaches that have joined you in the last 2 years hit Success Club with you on average every single month. That's a lot, because Sally and April would not count for that. I think Abby and Rachel and Jennifer, I don't think Jennifer would, but I think Abby, when did you sign up?
May
Of 2020?
Yeah.
Yeah, so you would count, and Rachel
As
would
a
count.
coach.
Yeah, as a coach. Yeah. So you would count. Any coaches that joined me in 2020 and then now in 2021 would count as those 5 coaches on average. So that is the big thing that would push me. And I think that's partly what drives me in coaching too. and in life, like I've always needed to be pushed out of my comfort zone because that's what like gets me like sweating and excited and like wanting to work. Cause when I quit my CPA job and Dan got a huge promotion at work, like I knew I didn't need this business for income anymore. And I honestly really struggled to get motivated to do anything. I was hitting like Success Club 6, and that was mostly on customers that I already had. I was posting maybe twice a week. There's a lot of mental and emotional struggles going on with transitioning to stay at home and being postpartum and there's a lot of stuff going on. But part of what pushed me out of that cycle was getting a bigger goal, because that helped push me out of my comfort zone to think more about other people and helping them. And having that goal of having 5 of my coaches hit Success Club with me will push me out of my comfort zone and help me prioritize helping my new coaches versus doing what is now kind of easier for me, which is signing new people. Because I could like sit and sign and get Success Club 40. Ooh, this month, let's go for Success Club 50. Like I could do that, but it's more of a challenge now for me to be like, okay, who do I see coach potential in? How can I find what's motivating them? How can I help them figure out what their strengths are and share it and get people like that is a whole nother complex muscle that I'm working on. So setting that goal is going to challenge me in a way that I think is exciting and fun to me, which will help me help others in a different way. So anyways, that is my vision and my goals. I'm going to try not to talk a lot. Let you guys talk. I hate, FYI, do any of you guys have a ring light? Like a separate light that you use? Because I need to get one, because this light on the kitchen table makes me look like a ghost all the time, and it drives me insane. So I'm thinking I need to get one of those ring lights. There's like
have one. I just
like $100 ones. What?
What do I have? I just ordered something, but I haven't actually taken it out of the box yet.
We're unboxing.
I got like a tripod, and then
I'm seriously like sweating. I was sweating telling you guys all that. I need to take my sweatshirt off.
Like this?
Yes.
Yeah, that.
I don't know how to use this.
Did you get that off Amazon?
Yeah.
How much was it? Do you mind me asking?
40.
Okay. Yeah, I was thinking 50 to 100-ish.
And it wasn't the most expensive one.
Yeah.
I usually pick things in the middle. I
look at reviews.
I don't like cheap stuff. Cheap stuff terrifies me. If it's the cheapest, I'm like, ew. I don't.
There must be something wrong with it.
But I usually go for something in the middle. But look, I've been working on setting up a little home office. Can you guys see my sign?
Oh, I love that.
It's backwards on my, can you guys read it?
I can see it. Yeah.
The right thing.
Yeah. Nourish, move, reach. I love it.
Yeah. Yes.
So anyways, that's a side note. I need to get one of those because then I can shut this light off and just use that light. So I look like I have a nose. Otherwise it's like,
whatever.
I know.
I'm sure it just drives me crazy, but it drives me crazy.
I ordered this thing because my whole house has terrible lighting, and it's like the biggest obstacle I face in my business is that I never like any of my pictures or videos. And so I don't know if this is going to help me or not, but we're going to.
I struggled with it a lot in my old house too. There's a little bit of like figuring out your filters and figuring out how to take pictures from the right angle. But a lot of it is kind of your house too. I'm excited for you to see my house. Don't expect to be really clean, but excited to see it. Have you see it on Saturday, right? I feel like, oh, you're frozen. You were just doing this. I was like,
oh. Yeah.
Okay, Sally, you go ahead. Share your vision and goals.
Oh my goodness. Okay, so I have to, what time is it? I should like set a timer for myself. I'll talk forever. Because I'm like bursting with vision. A lot. I had therapy last night, and I was like rambling on and on and on. And my therapist looked at me and she goes, "Wow, you've been doing a lot of work." Because I'm just like uncovering all these things. But anyway, so right now I have a Facebook group called Team Be the Change. This summer, in order to hit diamond, my sister Jillian got to emerald, and then Jake's cousin Kelsey got to emerald. And then when school started, I just really struggled to balance everything, and I couldn't keep up. I didn't have the stamina to keep doing the work that it wasn't like I kept working and it wasn't working. I just couldn't work as much. And so basically pushing
Well,
to
and just to normalize, usually when people hit diamond, usually they lose it and you kind of have to build, like, it's like everything else. It's like 2 steps forward, 1 step back.
Yeah.
So like that wasn't
Well, and I wasn't working full time while I was pushing to diamond. I mean, I kind of started when we shifted to distance learning. That's kind of when I started to really focus, but I really made it happen in the summer, and I was able to put all of my energy into it. And had I been able to keep up the pace, like if I would have kept doing what I was doing, I 100% would have kept diamond. But I wasn't able to do that, and because I'm teaching. And so I kind of went into the school year like, can I do this? Can I do it all? And I can't do it all. I mean, I can coach, I can teach kindergarten and take care of my family, and I can coach, and I can be a solid emerald coach. I can hit Success Club. That is absolutely possible. Like, I can totally do that. But I really had to ask myself, like, getting to diamond, I really, really enjoyed the piece of like leading other coaches. And I love running wellness groups, and I love connecting with people and helping them make changes. But it wasn't as exhilarating as like helping someone else like
do what
work.
you're doing.
Yeah. And so I really want to do, in the same way that like when Caitlin invited me to coaching, I was like, well, it would be so fun to like post in groups, and like that would be so fun. I would love to do that, but I don't really have time. And that's kind of how I feel about leading a team right now. Like, I really, really want to do it. I really want to be, I think when I hit diamond, I got put into this Beachbody Facebook group, this like new diamond training. And one of the, I think it was there was some video, and it said something, it used the phrase a leader of leaders. And I just really grabbed onto that. And like, I want to be that. And this coaching opportunity opens a door for me to be a leader of leaders. And I really want that. And so I've really had to say, like, well, what is that going to take then? Like, if I can't do it all, what? And my therapist like asked me, like, well, what would you get rid of? Like, what would you? It's always teaching, always. That's always what I want to get rid of. and it's like the fixed thing that I can't, like, it's like the fixed thing that it's like, nope, that is your full-time job. Like, that is not the thing that you get to put down.
As long as it's not your kids, that'd be a whole nother.
No,
You're not like that, but you know what I mean. Like, that could be a whole nother answer. Like, well, you can't put that down either.
Be clear, it isn't even like when I say I want to put teaching down, it isn't actually like being in a classroom with students. It's everything else. It's all the other responsibilities, and it's all the other
Stressors.
I mean, yeah. I mean, even when I was student teaching, I would go to meetings, like faculty meetings, and I would leave in like a panic attack, and I'd be like, I can't do this. I cannot do this job. Like, this is not for me. And then I'd go into the classroom and I would teach a lesson, and I'd be with kids, and I'd be like, I love this. This is amazing. I was made for this. And there was all this like back and forth. But anyway, I really, as I evaluate my mental health, my emotional energy, even my husband can tell that this is what makes me feel like me. He can tell that this is what makes me feel alive, and this is what validates my strengths and just opens up doors for creativity and opportunities to make an impact. So I am looking at really taking the business seriously. And we're recording this, but you're just sharing it with our coaches, right?
Yeah.
I'm not sharing this publicly to anyone, but my plan for next year is that I'm going to resign from teaching. I'm going to commit to substitute teaching.
I feel like I should be recording this. This is like a landmark moment.
You are recording it.
Oh yeah. I meant like on my phone, but you're right. I'm so glad I have that moment on a recording too.
Stories, and then my cover will be blown. But I'm going to commit to substitute teaching as long as I need to, for income purposes. Our plan is to keep Gemma in daycare. I'm not planning on having her stay home. I might, depending on what we do with preschool, there's a chance she would be home with me maybe 2 days a week. But my husband was like, well, can you match your teaching income? And I was like, well, I'm pretty far away from that right now, but yes, I can. I can. Every time I am able to do the work, it works. Mm-hmm. The only time and most of the time, last month I was sitting on Success Club 6 and I did 5% of the work that was in my heart. I barely did anything. I had all these ideas and all of these names and all of this, and I couldn't get to it. And so I just really want to create space so that I can focus my energy on. So I'm really going to try to use the rest of this school year to continue being that part-time coach, but really master my approach to the business so that I can get people results, get people their stories, watch for people that have, and I do have a few conversations going right now with people about coaching. Kelsey is still kind of one of them. She still wants to coach, but they've had a lot of life happen to them, and it hasn't been something that she has the space to really commit to. If she chooses to commit to it, she will be phenomenal. But it's just that moment yet. So, but she's kind of my person that's I'm going to build this for her. And if time goes by and this isn't, I'm still kind of building it with her in mind, because she's the type of coach I want on my team. And if she's gone by the time I have it all in place, I will have somebody else will be there. And I have some other people, but so I want to focus on building my business so that when I am able to step back from teaching, I have something really solid and valuable that I can just pass on to others or allow them. I mean, kind of, Caitlin, I really look at what all of the girls on your team are doing right now. And that's what I want in the fall. In the fall, I want a core group of women that feel comfortable inviting to my groups and feel ready to learn how to eventually do it themselves. That's I just kind of want to follow that pattern. So yeah.
I'm so excited. Oh, awesome. And we will talk about that a lot more on Saturday, I'm sure. I have lots of questions, but we're almost out of time already, so I will not pepper you with questions right now. All right, Abby, you're up. You had lots of time to think.
I have had lots of time to think.
You're welcome.
Yeah. So, originally I signed up as a coach for the discount perfectly honest. I'm a good
A lot of
numbers
people do.
person. Yeah. So, but honestly, I just want to help people. I have a full-time job right now and I already own a business. And so I have to prioritize some of that because of what I've already invested in that.
Mhm.
But for my own health and welfare, it's good for me to coach, and I need that positivity in my life because I'm kind of a half glass, half empty person, which you probably wouldn't guess that, but
I swear, Abby, the more that I get to know you, I'm like, we are the same person.
yeah,
We're the same person.
crazy.
I swear.
So I have
I used to be called a negative Nancy by my boss all the time.
yeah, I try to be positive just because, yeah, it's definitely needed. But I have a client who signed up to do 9-week Control Freak.
Mhm.
She's like, you're always so positive, and I'm like, well, good. I hope you find something valuable in this. So, at this point, I'm just working to add customers. I've added a few coaches, then they fall off just because they wanted the discount or whatever, or
And that's pretty normal too.
which is normal. So
Yeah.
I'm not really focusing on that part of it. It's more, who can I help? Who can I add? I don't really feel like I found anybody yet who's got coach potential yet. There's one gal who signed up, who's a CPA to do
Love
9
those
weeks.
people. Love those people.
That I used to work with. So she could have some potential. So I don't know. We'll see. That's kind of where I would like to continue to hit Success Club as much as possible. But if I could do what I did 3 months last year, if I could do 5 months this year, I would be ecstatic about that. So I don't have any
No
big
doubt you could do a lot more.
goals.
Yeah. Well, and just to put in perspective for anyone that watches this recording too, I mean, we always say that, and I think it's true, that if you're willing to put in like 5 hours a week, that Success Club absolutely should happen every single month. And yeah, so it's like an hour a day, 5 days a week, right? Or you could, I mean, clearly you can't do it all on the weekends. It'd be crazy for posting stories, but
Right.
that kind of stuff. So it's not like, I think sometimes people think of Success Club like they do Diamond, like it's like this lofty goal. It's really not. If you're focused on the right behaviors and you're doing them consistently over time, Success Club, like I mentioned, I should never say it's easy, but you get better at what you're doing, and your pool of people that you've talked to gets bigger, and your pool of past customers gets bigger, and it gets easier because you get better at it and you have more people in your funnel effectively. So
My goal is to consistently post in my stories every day.
yeah,
Like,
that's
I always do it right away in the morning, like after I do my workout or my devotions or whatever. I always do that just because if I get in that routine, then I can,
Mhm.
and then
Yeah.
I just try to sprinkle in other things
yeah, no,
like
that's awesome.
throughout the day.
Clearly, I don't have that goal, but it's a good goal.
Like the number of people that actually watch your stories, or the number of people that creep on you, and like I don't know how many people I've had in the last week be like, well, that was a really good post, but do you think they ever liked it or ever commented on it? Well, of course not. So I'm like, okay,
No.
it is worth
No.
it.
Yeah,
People
I really think the 10x rule is correct in posts. So if you get like 10 likes, at least 100 people saw that. If you got 30 likes, at least 300 people saw that. I really think that's true.
Mhm.
Because when I look at like my post story views, that's even true as well. Like story views, I think are typically like 10%. I use a 10% rule. So like if you're following on Instagram is whatever it is, I think 10% of those people will watch the end of your stories. It's been true to me. Same with friends. I mean, number of Facebook friends that I have, 10% of those people will watch me all the way to the end, even if there's like 10 lead gens in a row. So that number I'm a numbers person, as you know, like that kind of sticks with me. I'm like, as long as I'm hitting that, I'm doing pretty good. If it starts to get lower than that, then I probably have to look at my content. But other than that, I try not to like take offense when I'm like, oh my gosh, people are dropping off. Like, yeah, they're not my people then, or they're busy, or who knows what.
Right. Like today, I was at a client today, so I didn't pay attention to anything. I wasn't on Facebook, nothing. And I didn't realize all this happened until I got back to the office. And people are like, did you see what happened today? And I'm like, nope, what happened? I kind of live in a shelter sometimes, I think, but I don't want that negativity in my life either. So I don't go looking for it.
Yeah, no, I'd say Okay, and before our time runs out, I did want to put out a question and kind of a challenge. It kind of loops into the whole vision and goal. As I was thinking, I know that, I don't know if you guys, I'm sure you do, but okay, the team of like Bridget Wheeler and Aaron Trier, they have kind of a habit or a history of doing these shirt campaigns where they like design a shirt and then anyone in their customers and coaches can order it. And they said they were shocked by how many people like ordered, because we effectively like design the name and kind of whatever it is, and then people can put it on a tank top, a sweatshirt, like anything pretty much in their thing. Anyways, long story short, I would love for us to really think through whether it be like our vision for the year or something shorter than that. I don't want to say it's like the vision or mission of our team forever, but I think like, what do we want to be now, or what would we actually like want? And my thoughts initially are like something about hope or light, or positivity, like something like that is what I would love to put on a shirt, because I think that's what we are to people, and that's what we want to be ourselves. It was just something that I've been thinking about that I wanted to throw out there for you guys to think about too, because I'm sure I could lose hours looking at quotes and stuff, but just to think about, because I think that would be really fun, and it wouldn't take that much time, and I think we'll be surprised by how many people of our and of course it'd be up to every coach whether they want to do something for their own team or if they wanted to hop on and offer whatever we design to their people. I'm completely fine with whatever, but I just thought that would be fun, versus, because I feel like otherwise I'm always like, earn it, like, hey, you have to earn this. And I think a way that we can really make everyone feel like a part of the community is letting anyone, even if they rarely show up in the group, if they feel close to us and want to be part of our mission, that they can buy a shirt and feel a part of it, right? I don't know. Thoughts on that?
Yeah, I think that's a fun idea.
Yeah.
Because it seems like a lot of people like shirts. I feel like tank tops, now that Beachbody gives them out all the time, I'm like, I don't really need another tank top. But if it's something like a shirt campaign that you can put on other stuff too, like a long sleeve t-shirt, a sweatshirt, or something like that, then so think about that. I have it on my another thing. Sally, have you read the 12-week year?
No.
I got through. It's kind of dry, so put that as a disclaimer. It's very dry. It's very like business fact based, but it's really good. And I read it shortly before I quit my job. The point of the 12-week year is that it helps you figure out your goals in shorter. Effectively, you take a whole year, and instead of having year goals, you have 12-week goals, and it just really helps your mindset and literally gives you tools to set goals differently in a way that they don't feel as scary, and you'll actually take action on them because they're urgent, because it's 12 weeks and not a year, and because it's more attainable because it's a smaller goal versus a giant one. Anyways, long story short, I found that book to be really helpful, and I know a lot of other coaches are suggesting it to their team too, as you think about goals. That if you haven't read that book, The 12-Week Year, I got it on audio, and I'm planning on listening to it again because I do not like reading a book. I read my Bible and my devotions, and that's enough book time for me. So I listen to all my professional development, personal development, whatever you want to call it.
I am like the opposite right now. I like cannot handle any other like audio input. I have to, I do a 4-minute meditation. I do one of the Bar Blend meditations every morning, but then like it has to be a book. Like I have to have something that is not.
I will literally fall asleep if I read. Fall asleep. I'm telling you, Abby, we're the same person. We are.
Yes, totally.
Well, I'll literally
find the book that I'm reading on audio then. That I've been sending you. The Miracle Equation. You have to listen to that one.
You have it on audio?
No, I'm saying you should find it on audio.
Oh.
It has to be on audio because you have to read it, listen to it.
Yeah.
It's all you. I'm reading this book, Abby, and I'm like, Caitlin wrote this book.
It's a miracle.
I'm like, this is all what Caitlin does. This is why she's successful. This is what she believes in. This is Caitlin.
No, I have to. You're right. I have to go look it up. Literally writing it down. I have it written on another list that's like a million years long of recommendations. And now it's going on my much shorter list.
Well, I wrote down in the cover of my book, I wrote down, I will lead a group of coaches through this book before January 2022.
Oh, I love that.
So I don't know when I will do that, but it's on my, like, I don't have a vision board, but if I did, it would be on there.
Uh-oh, less than a minute. It's literally going to cut us off. I don't know what happened.